What is going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here with another Scorpion Breaker video for you guys here. This will be the first time I've covered the difficulty 4 here, so apologies. I didn't get a chance to go over some of the other gameplay stuff yesterday just because we had a pretty hectic day picking up the kids from the grandparents after work, and they live a few hours away. So yeah, it was quite busy, but I was very interested to see that you can definitely for sure get a 5-star Scorpion fairly easy here, free to play as well here, just basically doing one node. I think some of the other great content creators we have were able to kind of showcase that. I was able to check some of that footage out when I was driving, and I was very impressed that we were able to get access to him very quickly, very easily as well. So that's hopefully you guys had a chance to check that out. I will just say that yeah, it's difficulty 4 is definitely for sure difficult, right? Omega level is always difficult, but good to see that the reward structures have changed a little bit so that the stars and whatnot are not so gated behind the leaderboards itself, right? You can get a 1 diamond if you push high enough on the scores versus trying to fight for people on the leaderboard event. But anyway, sorry, I am getting a little bit long-winded here, so my apologies. The purpose of this video is so we can showcase the fact that you only need to have basically a 2-star on Rachel and Spider-Woman, and possibly Blade could maybe be less stars as well. Obviously, I was able to complete the Blade Tower over the weekend, and I've already brought my Blade up. But as you guys can see here, trying to keep my characters at minimum here. We did bring them up yesterday up to level 100, and I wanted to kind of start the gauging and the testing from there before we pump too much resources. I was able to get through node number 6, which is the first section you need for the Amazing Avengers. And honestly, if we can get through node 6, possibly we may not even need to do node 10 depending on how many mods you slap on. So keep in mind, I thought it was a good test. And of course as well, keep in mind, my favorite superhero is Spider-Man, so we did bring him up all the way to 110 for the Blade Tower, and he's been great in other game modes aside from that as well here. War, Cosmic Crucible, he's a fast character. He can apply those stun and the defense and speed down, so he's awesome. Hulk as well, we had used him extensively in the Blade Tower, so it makes sense that I brought him up as well. And as you guys will see here, they are all pretty much T4'd and geared and ready to go. Now, the other remaining members, this is kind of where that min and max efficiency starts, right? I didn't want to bring my Blade up too much yet because I wanted to see if we can do the particular game modes without having to overinvest, and we are able to get it done here. Hopefully you guys can get this footage of it. We do go in here basically with level 100 Rachel Cole and 100 Julia Spider-Woman, and basically all T4s across the board. Purple level 3s as well here, trying to be conservative with my resources. I didn't really know what ISO 8s to use, so hopefully you guys are able to see that here. But like I said, freeze the frame if you need to. Keeping them at level 100 will get the difficulty 4 node 6 done here quite easily, actually. You guys will see that here in the gameplay footage, and hopefully helps you guys out here with your guys' planning, and hopefully not hoping to save you guys some resources, but also trying not to overinvest, unless, like I said, unless these are characters that you are okay with pushing all the way because of the new raids that are coming this week as well. So keep that in mind, but I wanted to kind of keep it responsible, keep it conservative, and hopefully helps you guys out here. And without further ado, let's quickly jump into the gameplay so you guys can kind of see how they took down node number 6. All right, so just a little bit of housekeeping. To go into difficulty 4 here, I am gonna pick one additional mod, and this may or may not impact you depending on if you feel like this is impactful enough. But the main reason why I picked this particular mod is because if you are able to do the 10 nodes with this mod on, you will basically get all the milestones unlocked for a 7-star Scorpion. So just keep that in mind. This it's a saber-tooth one, and overall, I mean, I didn't think it really mattered all that much, but yeah, it's a little easier than taking all the armor mods and the health mods. Saber-tooth is one character and a couple nodes. You just got to make sure you can stun or blind them, and it's very easy. But other than that, I will skip to node number 6 so you guys can kind of see what I did. Also, let me just apologize now in advance with regards to my use on these characters. I literally just brought these guys up yesterday, so if I am misplaying it, I do apologize now for my tardiness. But yeah, we open up here with the big Spider-Man special just so we can get some slows and some negatives across. And then, yeah, we are able to get the safeguard on spawn as well because we have more than the 3 allied Amazing Avengers. And right here, we would like to blind, but unfortunately, there is a lot of positives. So what we end up doing here is just a basic, just to kind of get some of that evasion off from I believe Spider-Woman. Sorry. So, like I said, trying to get the team here. Using an ult from Rachel will basically get some of the dodges off as well, and also apply some damage and some negatives if it lands. And then right here with Blade, just throw the special. I kind of aim for this section here just so we can again try to get some of the dodges off, depending on who have dodged and who haven't. But for the most part, Blade as a healer ISO8 is going to help because every time they attack, he's going to top off people's health here and give a little bit of sustain for the team. And then, yeah, we're able to take care of the first character on the right. Fairly easy here thanks to Hulk. I don't know if there's a correct attack order. I played it a couple times, and I just kind of picked the right side because I thought, you know what? Seems okay. Seems straightforward. Spider-Man, have him beside Hulk so he gets a lot of energy just from all the dodges. Yeah, it's awesome. He's just such a great character. And again, you might not need Hulk and Spider-Man to be at level 110, but I just had them up because of the Blade Tower. So, unfortunately, yeah, that's just, they do carry this quite a bit being 110. But having said that, I do feel like that the other characters are quite impactful as well. We finally land that stun here, as you guys can see here, thanks to the fact that they didn't have any positives, because the blind only lands if there's no positives. That's just one of the gimmicks, I guess, of that ability. And then, yeah, from this point on, just watching the speed bar, the last wave has 2 characters, Green Goblin Classic plus Hobgoblin, and they do a lot of damage. So you just want to be careful of that. And just make sure when you guys are going into this last wave that the blinds are up, because what I found out was when I went into it, I didn't realize how much they, because our characters are only level 100, and playing at Omega level, if they hit you once, it's gonna kill you. So yes, we can do it at level 100, but we still got to be smart with how we approach it. And hence why I was saying, if you can get through this section, you may or may not even need the Amazing Avengers for the last section, because if your Exalted X-Men's built up, maybe perhaps they can just handle the section. Much like the previous Surfer Breaker, we only needed 1 team, so this could very well be in the same situation as well. So anyways, yeah, so as you guys are kind of gearing down here, take down the stragglers, take your time with it, because yeah, they're not too strong. I kind of left these guys last just because they were kind of the remaining guys, but yeah, Cloak's kind of nothing without Dagger, and then Moon Knight's kind of as well, and same with Deathpool. They're just, yeah, they're outdated characters. They don't do a lot of damage. I didn't think they were too much of an issue. Once they land their ultimates and their specials, they're kind of meh. So they still have quite a bit of health, which works out for our advantage, just so we can get some abilities back up. And yeah, just save Hulk's special. He doesn't need to use a special to top his health off, because just his rework, I just find that he's not as tanky as he used to be. So, but he is better. I think he is better just because he has more armor and more damage. But yeah, I had to bring him up to level 110 so he could even sustain some of the damage from the Blade Tower. So I mean, so the next wave drops here, and yeah, like I said, you might get lucky here, like I did, where we actually end up getting the first turn. We'll throw that massive blind here because they don't have any negatives. This is going to allow for us to kind of get some damage in now. And again, like I said, if you don't get to her turn first, they won't kill you in one shot, but it'll definitely hurt. And if Hobgoblin takes a turn, it's over. Also, keep in mind, even if Hobgoblin is blinded, his special still hits. So keep that in mind as well. This is the reason why we're going to actually throw our stun on Hobgoblin. We can take care of Green Goblin because he's going to miss, and then his special doesn't do all that much damage. And we have the taunt as well from Hulk. But Hobgoblin, if he does that special, he's going to kill our Spider-Man. Like, there's no way around it. He's going to kill him. Spider-Man, I think, can dodge it, but yeah, it's such a strong special. And on top of that, the ultimate from Spider-Man is going to take a massive chunk of his health as well. So, yeah, you'll see that here. Fairly straightforward. I don't think there's too much. There's not too much rocket science with this one. This is definitely, for sure, in my opinion, easier than the Node 2 from the Daring Warrior section from Surfer Breaker, but that's just my take on it. And yeah, you can tell here that the Amazing Avengers are quite. Even without the raid buffs, I don't think they have the raid buffs active here, but they do a pretty good job here against a Cosmic Crucible team. So we got to give him hats off to that. Yeah, you can throw the special here. Spider-Man should have enough time to get his energy back up as well. I think just because these guys are a bit tankier. You can see here that because the other 3 are level 100, they don't hit that hard. But that's okay. That's okay. Like I said, we were only aiming for the mins so that we can get difficulty 4 done. And again, that way you guys aren't, trying to get your resources into a really terrible state here, trying to overinvest on characters. But yeah, just so you guys know, again, just recapping it. Yeah, Blade's 5-star, Spider-Man and Hulk are carrying at level 110. But the other 2, again, like I said, are 2 stars. So once you get that minimum unlock on Rachel from the store, you can start doing this section. And of course as well, Julia, we got her from throwing the orbs at the casino, the Marvel Strike Force casino, and we ended up getting her unlocked that way. But yeah, it sucked. Anyways, so that is it, guys. Let me know what you guys think here. Like I said, if we do the 6 nodes, you'll basically cap out at about 4,000 points, 3,500 points, I guess, when you finish the whole run, and that will get you a 7-star unlock on Scorpion if you get that additional mod on there. And hopefully makes sense. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have any questions about this. Other than that, hopefully the min-max strategy works for you guys here. And yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next one.